That's right. This is where you're getting all the big analysis, all the big questions. With me, Chetan Bhagat, making, as I've been saying since this morning, his election debut, but now he's a veteran. He's a veteran. He's grown a beard almost through the day. Dipankar Gupta, the country's leading political sociologist, with us. Manisha Priyam, who's tracked this election right from day one, from our first tracker, is with us. Manini Chatterjee, National Affairs Editor of The Telegraph, with us. Many more guests will be joining us through this evening. Also joining us, Ashish Khaitan, of the Aam Aadmi Party, one of the architects of this big win of the Aam Aadmi Party, and also GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP joining us. But first, I want to tell you what exactly happened in Delhi. Take a look, because I think Uddhav Thackeray is right. It was a tsunami. Much like Narendra Modi had a tsunami in the general elections. Take a look at the seat share. 70 seats, and it's a very clear verdict. 67 to the Aam Aadmi Party, 3 to the BJP, 0 to the others. And 61 Congress candidates lost their deposit. That's right, 61 of the 70 Congress candidates lost their deposit. Take a look at vote share and vote change, because this will tell you the story of what happened in Delhi in this election. If you take a look first at vote share, BJP got 33%, that's down 1 compared to December 2013. Look at the Aam Aadmi Party, 54%. That's up a whopping 25%, 23%. Congress down to just 10%, that is down 15%. So the Congress loses 15%, Aam Aadmi gains 25%, and there's a story there. Others 3 down 9. Parties like the Bahujan Samaj Party completely wiped out in Delhi. That's the big story that we are giving you. Let's now come to what I want to give you a fascinating picture of what's happened in Delhi. I'm going to first tell you region-wise. These are the seats, of course, but Delhi has 7 regions. And take a look at what happened in these regions. New Delhi, the heart of the capital, 10 seats, all to AAP. AAP swept New Delhi. Take a look now as we are going region by region of Delhi in this election. South Delhi, 10 seats, all AAP. So South Delhi and New Delhi are a complete sweep. And remember, the BJP won all these in the Lok Sabha. West Delhi, 10 seats, again all going to the BJP. So all going to AAP. So the heartland of Delhi all went to AAP. The city of Delhi all went to AAP. Now you take a look as you travel across the Yamuna. Trans Yamuna, 9 to AAP, 1 to the BJP, and that too by a very narrow margin. So AAP sweeping the relatively poorer parts of Delhi in eastern Delhi. There is also Chandni Chowk, and here again, Old Delhi, 6. AAP got all 10 this time. They'd won 6 there last time. Old Delhi also going fully with AAP. Northeast Delhi, large Purvanchal people from eastern Uttar Pradesh and Bihar live here. 9 to AAP, 1 to the BJP. Again a big win. Wherever there are across Delhi, it's a real sweep. 7 constituencies that, as I said. Take a look at Northwest Delhi. Again 9 to AAP, just 1 to the BJP. So this is a wave across Delhi, not just restricted to any region. Take a look now at what I would like to look at, the income and other areas. When you look at income and high income areas, AAP got 10, others 0. So AAP swept high income areas. Take a look now at middle income areas. What happened in the middle income areas of Delhi? And here again you will see 26 went to AAP, 2 to the BJP, and we are measuring this by circle rates and property tax and assets and incomes. 26 to AAP, just 2 to the BJP. Take a look now what happened in the lower income, and this is the real story in a way, many will say, because here the AAP got 31 seats, just 1 to the BJP. Low income area, jhuggi jhopdis, unauthorized colonies, smaller lower middle class, complete sweep by the AAP across Delhi. Okay, take a look at community wise. Punjabi areas. This was once supposed to be the Punjabi heartland. Take a look at what happened here. 15 to the AAP, just 1 to the BJP. So again, a complete sweep of a nature. Take a look at other areas. We've looked at UP, Bihar, Purvanchalis. Supposed to be about 17% of the population. AAP gave 11 of them tickets. AAP won 15, BJP won 1. Importantly, therefore, the Purvanchali vote also going with the AAP. And Muslim areas, once the domination of the Congress, take a look at what happens in this election. In these Muslim dominated areas, AAP wins 17, BJP 2, and the important figure, Congress, which never opened its account, used to win these seats easily, swept out. 4 and 5-time MLAs have been swept out in this election by this AAP wave. Which brings me to the big question. Is this an AAP wave, or is this an ebbing of the Narendra Modi wave? That's the question I want to raise at the moment, right at the top. And let's just put that first to you, Ashish Khaitan. Do you see this as an up wave, or was this really the ebbing of a Narendra Modi wave? A positive vote or a negative vote against Mr. Modi?
Rajdeep, I would not be over modest when I say this, that this is neither an up wave nor the ebbing of the so-called Modi wave. The people of Delhi have mandated themselves. The people of Delhi have voted for themselves. This is the victory of the people of Delhi, and I'll tell you, this is not just empty rhetoric, because this is the politics that AAP wanted in Delhi, in other parts of India. The manifesto that we drew was drawn in with wide consultation, after due consultation with every section of Delhi. We went from home to home, from gully to gully, from mohalla to mohalla, taking people's view into consideration, asking them what their big concerns are and what they think could be possible.
So you're saying this is a positive vote?
We really...
You see this as a positive vote for your Delhi dialogue, not a negative vote of any... You see it as a positive vote?
Not at all. It is a positive vote. People want to fix micro issues. People want the nuts and bolts of governance to be fixed. People want the Indian democracy to be strengthened. And I want to tell you something.
Yes.
When people step out of the door, what BJP was telling that Barack Obama would be looking from America and would be looking at Delhi. And people of Delhi would think, what Barack Obama would think of us. This is not what people want. People want that their micro issues should be fixed, essential services should be delivered without any graft, and their basic rights, basic entitlements should be delivered at their doorstep. They want a corruption-free life. They want a life where essential services, water, electricity, etc. are delivered at reasonable price. And they want key sectors like education and health, where the government had completely abdicated its responsibility. They want government to step back, and they want, and even taxpayers, they want that at least the government should deliver. Why is it that even for health you have to go to a private hospital, for education you have to go to a private school? I think this is what people of Delhi want, and this is exactly what our message was. People of Delhi have validated our manifesto.
I'm going to come whether therefore you can then scale it up across the country, or whether this is a Delhi phenomenon, because GBL Narasimha Rao, and I want a quick response to this. One of the fascinating figures, and which I believe is the key to this election, the CSDS post-poll survey has actually now shown 64% of the urban poor voted for AAP, 23% for the BJP, a 41% gap in the poor. And that is where this critical question is. Did Narendra Modi's appeal not reach the urban poor? The gap was narrow when it came to middle class. In fact, the BJP was ahead of AAP in the upper class and the elite. But among the urban poor, it's a 41% gap.
But Rajdeep, the kind of a mandate that the AAP has got today, I think I don't think that such a mandate is possible unless somebody gets support across all strata of the society. I think these distinctions of urban, rural, underclass, upper class, I think we do it for our own understanding. But in this case, the 54% vote share is something that we see very rarely in any state. I think, not let alone Delhi, but not in any state. In fact, most states, to my memory, in the recent past, have not got a majority vote. So it's clearly a very positive vote. It's a vote for their manifesto, as Ashish says. I entirely support his analysis. I think it's a vote. It's a vote for high expectations, and also a vote for something people have.
But it was a vote. GBL Narasimha Rao, I thought you had pitched Narendra Modi versus Arvind Kejriwal. Let's be clear. In the last 48 hours before the voting day, all the campaigns has Narendra Modi's larger than life image. So you are effectively accepting that.
But Rajdeep,
that the AAP's manifesto proves superior to Narendra Modi's persona.
No, you see, this is what the distinction. The people make a distinction between the office of the Prime Minister. He's been elected for 5 years, and Aam Aadmi Party continuously stated this from the beginning.
So you got your strategy wrong.
This is not an election for Mr. Modi.
With due apologies, then you got your strategy wrong, because you put all your eggs in Narendra Modi's basket at the end. In the last phase, you put your eggs in Narendra Modi's basket. Today you are admitting that he is seen as the office of the Prime Minister.
No, I think these questions are very valid, so let me give my perspective.
Yes.
I think we have the best weapon in our hands The best phase that we had was to leverage Prime Minister's popularity to win state elections, which has not happened in this country for 3-4 decades. But we were successful in other states. But in Delhi, because there is a counter persona of Kejriwal, whom people preferred for Chief Minister. So I think let's be very analytical. It's no way it's a vote against central government at all.
Okay.
None of this mattered.
Can I just take that?
We tried to.
Can I just take that? In that, there is an admission that you got your strategy wrong. Because your strategy didn't say that. Today you are saying the right thing. Your strategy certainly didn't say that. Your strategy positioned Mr. Modi as the man who would deliver Delhi to the BJP. And that was Mr. Modi almost went down, some would say, to the level of fighting the chief ministership of Delhi, saying, I will be there, vote for the same government as the centre and state. But let me get quick reactions to that. Is GVL Narasimha Rao right that this was not a mandate against the central government in any way? This was about Modi for PM, Kejriwal for CM.
No, I mean, I don't know why he's saying that or how he's saying that. Look, it's got to be a bit of both. And I would say a larger fraction of the vote is against Modi or against the centre rather than...
But you've seen our numbers. Our numbers are saying that the elite, the upper class... I'm still asking, is this a class divide vote?
Yeah.
Is this the
let
urban
me answer your class divide vote.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I will
I'm going to keep persisting it.
I will, yeah, and I'll also persist. In your thing,
yes,
you had the poor,
yes,
and then you had the lower class.
Yes.
Now, there was only a 17 percentage point gap in the lower class, only 17 points, whereas on an average level is 31% gap between the BJP and AAP. You're making a distinction between the poor
so
and the low class.
It's a vote against Mr. Modi.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a vote. And
it's a vote against Mr. Modi.
And there's no class divide.
Do you believe there's a class divide or a vote against Modi?
It is a class divide. There is the other table on that survey which says Mr. Modi is still going strong as a leader.
That's
survey.
Right.
If I'm to go by the figures of that survey, there is indeed a class divide. Of course, if you win 67 seats, you've got votes all across. But where have you got your
bulk?
Bulk is coming from there.
Was it Modi for PM, Kejriwal for CM?
I think, just India is a plural country, we keep on talking about it, so everybody votes for different reasons. There is a class of people who have voted because of AAP's positive agenda, but there are many people, the wholesale transfer of every other opposition party, whether the left has 2.5%, the Congress has 25%, the BSP has 5%, all of them, they didn't abandon and suddenly think AAP is the greatest. No. They went because they're against Modi.
No, but the question is, was it the ebbing of the Modi wave or the consolidation of the anti-Modi vote? All the Congress voters decided, we don't want Narendra Modi, we will choose AAP because it's in a better position to defeat Modi. Urban poor.
That is it. That is it. And I think the spokesperson has to defend his position. So, but I hope deep inside they're not in this denial that it doesn't reflect on Mr. Modi. It does. Okay,
how does it reflect on Mr. Modi?
Okay, maybe there is a Modi wave in the posh areas of Delhi, but there is no Modi wave in the poor people. And if you have a posh area wave, it's a useless wave.
I want to know what is the...
There was a time BJP used to say, Mr. Modi ke saath ab ki baar Modi sarkar, and people would not ask any questions, they would not read the manifesto, they will say, ab ki baar Modi sarkar. It's not happening anymore. Guys, wake up, please.
No, hold on. Dipankar Gupta, let me raise this question. In May 2014, Delhi held polls. There were 7 Lok Sabha constituencies, numbering 70 Vidhan Sabhas. BJP won 60, all 7 Lok Sabha seats. The AAP won 10. 8 months later, am I to understand the Modi wave has ebbed, or is a local state election to be treated differently to a Lok Sabha election?
Every time, every election must be treated differently.
Yes.
You can't sort of, say, extrapolate from one to the other.
Yes.
Point one.
Yes.
Point two is Lok Sabha elections, Modi's opponent was actually, shadowy opponent was Manmohan Singh. So that was a different ball game altogether. This time around, Modi's opponent is himself plus Arvind Kejriwal, a rejuvenated Arvind Kejriwal. So each election is very, very different. And the reason why Arvind Kejriwal is here in this particular juncture, and I think you sort of pointed at it quite accurately, that because the so-called lower classes were his permanent bastion for several months, that the other classes could gradually accrete to it.
That's right. So he got the incremental vote. Let's be clear. He got the urban poor and then adds votes. Gets the Muslim vote, gets the Dalit vote, gets the Congress traditional vote. So Manini Chatterjee, can we therefore call it an election about arithmetic, where the arithmetic went with the Kejriwal
arithmetic,
factor.
You want him to win all the votes? You
Why
want him
did
to
any
win
of those
100%?
votes?
No, no,
Why didn't any of those votes go to Modi?
No, why are you saying this?
Hasn't Modi grown?
Why
He
why
I am
does it-
asking a simple question.
Yeah.
If this was a Lok Sabha election in February 2015, would Narendra Modi have lost this election? Do you believe he would have still lost
He,
it?
he
Let
may
me
not have
ask-
lost it, but he would have got a far worse outcome than in me.
Okay, you know,
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
in that sense, you believe there's an ebbing of
Yeah,
the wave.
yeah.
In that sense, you believe. And when you say there's an ebbing of the wave, so give me one reason. Is it a feeling that the middle classes? You've always believed since the morning that the story is why have the middle classes not embraced Narendra Modi? My point is there are more underclass and lower class voters than middle class
But
voters.
even the underclass embraced
The
Mr.
math
Narendra
just
Modi.
Yes.
doesn't add up. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. It is, first of all, when you get 55% of the vote,
Yes.
and the average gap is 31% or
Yes.
32%, then to break it up, there are 4 percentage points here and 3 percentage points less.
You believe
it has
it's a
no
way.
meaning.
It cuts across
Zero
class.
meaning.
Okay, zero meaning.
no.
Okay, can I just get in Ashish Khaitan for a moment? Ashish Khaitan, when you planned your strategy, was this strategy planned on the basis of what Dipankar Gupta says that we will consolidate our vote in the Jhuggi Jhopdis, in the unauthorized colonies, and then we will add new elements? You conducted trader sabhas, you reached out to the young, promising them free Wi-Fi. Was that the strategy? Consolidate your vote and then add to it, and then take away the Congress vote, especially among the Muslims and the Dalits.
Rajdeep, I'll give you a small personal anecdote. When I fought the Lok Sabha election
Yes.
in 2014, my experience was that even as an MP, what people wanted to hear from you and know from you was that how can you make their life better. So if I contested from New Delhi. Wherever I went, people were more concerned about their housing, their water, their safety, education and health. And I realized that these are the issues.
But you lost
Yes,
that
when you're
election.
fighting Lok Sabha
Ashish, sorry to
elections-
intervene. Ashish,
we
you
did
lost
lose
that
that
Lok
election.
Sabha election. And if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
8 out of the 10 Vidhan Sabha seats from your area went to the BJP. What suddenly changed therefore?
All 10.
All 10
went to the BJP.
So what
In
changed
fact,
then?
from it, all 10 went to the BJP. Because in the Lok Sabha elections, people didn't see us as an alternative. They didn't see us as someone who would form the government at the center or who would be in a position to form the government at the center.
Right.
But in this election, again, we knew that these are the issues on which people are actually going to vote. And in fact, Rajdeep, if you go back to Lok Sabha elections,
Yes.
there were 5 big issues on which Modi sought votes from Delhi.
Yes.
बहुत हुआ भ्रष्टाचार, बहुत हुई बिजली पानी की हाहाकार, बहुत हुई महंगाई की मार, बहुत हुआ नारी परवार, बहुत हुआ बलात्कार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार. Women security, inflation price rise, corruption, बिजली पानी. These were the 5 issues on which he sought votes. And in this election also we knew that if these issues can be issues for Lok Sabha, certainly there are issues in Vidhan Sabha.
But that's
and
my
by
point.
the way,
In the Lok
while
Sabha,
the
they
degree-
trusted
while the
Modi.
degree of
But
these
that's my
issues-
point,
one-
Ashish. In the Lok Sabha, they trusted Mr. Modi.
Yeah.
Vidhan Sabha, they've trusted you. Will you accept that? Therefore, it is Modi for PM, Kejriwal
They-
for CM.
and-
That's my point.
And there are several factors why they trusted us and why they didn't trust the BJP, because they had our track record of 49 days and they had the performance of last 8 months. They compared the two and they clearly reached the conclusion.
No, hold on,
that
hold on.
49
That's
days
arithmetic.
were far
That's
better.
arithmetic.
First, I'll give Dipankar a chance because I intervened. Hold on. You're saying they compared your 49 days with the 8 months of Narendra Modi. You want to make a quick point on that? You were.
Just that
Yes.
don't discount those 49 days, but those 49 days were crucial for that solid, core support that AAP
Yes.
has, and then the multiplier effect
Yes.
works in. And the second point is that Modi, they voted for Modi because people don't want to waste a vote.
Yeah.
Wasting a vote in the parliamentary election with AAP is not on, you see. But at the same time, when it comes to the local election, the Delhi election, then you vote for AAP. But at the same time, you must also remember that you cannot explain all this away by such calculations because the defeat was so thorough.
So you're saying it's the scale of the defeat that makes you
The
feel that the
scale,
Modi
yeah.
wave has ebbed to some extent.
And
Because-
five weeks ago, BJP was leading even in this poll. Even this poll, they were leading.
I take the point, but
Okay.
I'm still trying to understand. Ashish Khaitan lost his
point
Lok
here.
Sabha seat badly. Now they sweep to power in New Delhi. I'm just trying to understand what has
So
changed.
AAP
Isn't
can
it a
never make a
Vidhan
prime
Sabha versus the
minister.
Lok
It
Sabha
is.
situation?
if-
Kejriwal connects locally.
I mean, I tracked
means,
all,
Rajdeep,
I
every
tracked all
election
three.
they do.
Can I add one
I
point here?
tracked all three, the Vidhan Sabha, the Lok Sabha, and again this Vidhan Sabha.
Yes.
And irrespective of what Mr. Khaitan has to say, Mr. Modi may have promised them the moon, and so must the AAP have promised them the moon. But when the voters voted, they decided on why they were voting for Mr. Modi. High on their list, and amongst the Dalit voters also, high on their list was the fact that they trusted Mr. Modi to bring down inflation and to do something about the very high levels of unemployment. I would cross-question them and ask corruption. They would keep quiet.
So you're saying
Yes,
the Modi government was seen
different
not to have
issues.
met those
Just a
expectations
minute.
because the price.
No, no,
I'm
right.
told the price of cauliflower is 50 rupees. Price of brinjal is 40 rupees.
I'm just adding one more thing to this.
Yes.
Even then they felt that on corruption they would have trusted AAP more, but they didn't want to waste their vote and wanted to vote Modi for the Lok Sabha. For the Vidhan Sabha, I think they've also seen some amount of poor performance on stemming of inflation on key commodities, wheat going high, pulses still not back on their plate, and green vegetables is very, very high.
I'm running out of
Very
time.
high
30
prices.
seconds first to you, Surjit, and then
I need more than 30 seconds.
No, I'm giving you 30 seconds now. Then I'll give you more later. 30 seconds
I think,
now.
look, okay, 30 seconds. Please tell me, any of these experts in the studio, outside the studio, what is the one explanation that will not fit why AAP won today? You can come up with any explanation. And say it proves my point.
Are you-
Please, let's get
I'm
a bit
just wondering,
analytical.
do you
Take
believe-
inflation.
do you believe-
Inflation is down. Even the
Winter
RBI
vegetable
governor
prices-
believes it's
winter
down.
vegetable prices, people are
Oh,
going and...
so now we vote on vegetable prices. Is that the
I
inflation
think-
we're talking about?
Okay, you've had your... Okay,
I
Manju,
think
30
it's
seconds.
not, Rajdeep, you like to put everything in binaries, but life is
I'm
not
not.
the neat binaries.
Yes.
There is a core positive vote for the AAP.
Yes.
But that core positive vote would have taken them maybe even a single party majority. They could have got to 36, 40. But to go up to this, to
Yeah.
pen
So
their
what is the
67.
explanation?
The second...
His
a
anger
lot
against
of-
the Modi government.
No, a lot of people
Inflation.
wanted to... Some people felt that he was becoming too arrogant. They may have voted for him. We don't want a supreme power. There are Muslims, there are other people who have been very, very shaken
it
in
is
the
a
last
negative
8
vote.
months.
Yeah.
And
It's a
the
negative
third thing is that
So
is
it's a positive and a
secularism-
negative
The
vote.
secularism aspect is there. The
It's a double
churches,
whammy, as
Bhai
they
yeah.
Wapsi,
So it's-
love
okay,
jihad,
And
all
when
of
it comes
these
to
It's a double
quotidian
whammy.
issues of law and order and bhrashtachar and women's safety, Mr. Modi has been going to Madison Square Garden and Sydney and Fiji, but he doesn't seem to be focusing on the nitty-gritty, and his party
So
wasn't
you're
seem to
saying
be
there's a
doing
positive
that.
and a negative element. Okay.